Wildcard listened. They removed Ark 2 from the Ark Survival Ascendant release. Instead, now we get Ark Survival Ascendant with all DLCs except for the new story map that will come out in December for far less money. This is a great deal for people who don't want to buy Ark 2, even though we, the other people, will probably now have to pay a little bit more. In today's Ark Community Crunch, we see finally a few explanations to the whole roadmap situation. We already got a few words from Jet to the gaming press earlier, but they now have also published things for everyone else to read. If you have watched my videos this week, the content of the Community Crunch shouldn't come to you much as a surprise, because we have talked about these topics quite a bit, but let's just talk about it again in case you either have missed it or you need a little refresher. Why did they announce the update S3? When Jeremy announced the update S3 in January, the plan with UE5 looked far different. In my video from that time, I already told you that there were a lot of internal discussions on how to handle the update so they won't destroy old save games or the mods we know and love. They have then, in the span of the last weeks, decided to not go the route of just slightly updating the engine to 5 and leave it like it is, but to create, how they call it, an updated evergreen title for many years to play. They're basically redoing the whole game in a new engine with new technology, new game mechanics and a lot new additions to it. Many of you ask why the two games are incompatible. Unreal Engine 5 is not in particular the reason, but they will change a lot in the game, add new things, new game mechanics, and this will cause a lot of those old save files to possibly corrupt. Same goes for old mods. A week ago they introduced the Respawn bundle that included Ark Survival Ascendant and Ark 2. They now completely removed the idea and will offer Ark Survival Ascendant together with all DLCs in only one package. The new story DLC will still be sold separately though. This makes it a way better deal for everyone who didn't want to get Ark 2 before seeing anything of the game. And while we now probably end up with a higher price for everything in total, because Ark 2 will now probably be sold as a standalone game for probably a AAA title price, this offer is way cheaper for you when you don't care about Ark 2, and I read in the past days that many of you don't want to get Ark 2 at least now. Pre-ordering is always connected with a risk of you maybe not liking the game because you haven't seen any gameplay or content yet. Also, the price was quite steep for not getting the other part of the bundle before the end of 2024. While I wouldn't have minded it for myself, I'm okay with paying more if that means that other people have a better and cheaper choice. And this way now you may even get Ark 2 later on a discount as well. Ark Survival Ascendant will now be the same price for PC and the next-gen consoles. This will also make it less unfair for PlayStation players who don't have access to Ark 2 for quite a while now. And what about the official servers? While I already explained in detail what the problem with official servers is, Wildcard also explained it for everyone disappointed while they will be turned offline. Wildcard has decided to shut down the Ark Survival Evolved official network on August 31st due to the servers being based on an old technology that requires significant development resources and time to operate and to maintain. Although Ark Survival Evolved officials represent a minority of the Ark players, they are very invested and passionate about their bases, tames and characters. So the decision they made was not made lightly. However, the saves will be made available for unofficial use to help diminish the loss. Players can still enjoy multiplayer through unofficial sessions, mods, and all the game content, but the resources previously allocated to the Ark Survival Evolved official network will now be used for the development of fundamentally new technology to further enhance the overall game experience for all players in Ark Survival Ascendant. And this is basically how I try to explain it as well. It's not like Wildcard didn't have the resources. It's just that they can use the resources much better in other places. They also mentioned that the technology is aged, and it really is. Over the time, so many fixes to servers have just been workarounds because the technology didn't allow better solutions. Being able to leave this all behind will free up a lot of resources, financially and also in workforce terms. Overall, I'm really happy that they have listened to the people who brought up their concerns about their plans. And while it means for people like me who planned on getting all games anyway that I have to pay a little bit more, I'm more than okay with it because everyone who didn't want to have Ark 2 can have Ascendant now much cheaper. A few questions still exist though. What about the beta testing that was connected with Ark Survival Ascendant? Will it now be bound to an Ark 2 pre-order instead? And what price will the new story map and Ark 2 be? But those are just tiny questions for now. I'm glad that the big ones got answered. I'm going to link you the community crunch in the video descriptions, and you can let me know what you think. Don't forget to do all of the YouTube things to click like and activate the little bell when you subscribe, and I hope I see you in the next video. Have a good one, bye!